What is up, everyone? Today we are going to be chatting about the Nintendo Switch. I haven't talked very much about this beast at all since I unboxed it. I'm really sorry about that, folks. I should have made some follow-up content, but I've decided to make this video today because I've picked up some cool stuff that I want to show you guys. This is a fabulous piece of technology that I am so proud to own. It is really becoming a top-notch console. The more games that are coming out, it is just super cool. This is the niftiest piece of gaming technology that I have held in my hands for a long time, and I am definitely a proud Nintendo Switch owner. But today we're going to put the console aside for just a minute and we're going to focus on some accessories. And all of those accessories have one thing in common. They're only about 2 days old. They were released on Friday 21st alongside this. This is Splatoon 2, definitely a killer app for the Nintendo Switch. I have put a nice chunk of time into this game and have thoroughly enjoyed every minute. As you guys know, I was a massive fan of the first game and I'm an even bigger fan of this game. Why, you may ask? Well, for some strange reason, and I just can't put my finger on it, I'm just better at this game. I'm killing more people, I'm inking more turf, I'm getting higher scores, I'm leveling up faster, I feel as if I'm playing better, I'm much smoother. I just feel as if I'm a much better player in Splatoon 2. And I don't know whether that's because of the game, or whether that's because it's been a couple of years since I've properly delved into the first game, apart from just playing it on and off here and there. So I really don't know. I have no idea. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know. I just feel awesome at this game. I'm sat there with my controller and I'm coming out with killer scores and I'm just loving it, folks. I really am. It is so fun. It is buttery smooth. The visuals are gorgeous. The ink is beautiful. You just want to dive straight into it. If you own a Switch and you haven't picked this game up yet, I highly recommend it. It is definitely worth the launch price. So, Splatoon 2, something super cool that Nintendo are very good at is releasing accessories alongside games, and Splatoon 2 is no exception. They've pulled out all of the stops. So, I'm just going to chat for 2 seconds about some things that I don't have. First of all, we have the Splatoon neon pink and neon green Joy-Con. These are not released yet. I believe they may be out in Japan, or they're coming out very soon in Japan, but they're not released here at the moment. Unfortunately, we've got to wait until I think September or October for these Joy-Con. It doesn't bother me too much. I'm not the biggest fan of the Joy-Con, so I will not be picking up any sort of Joy-Con special editions anytime soon. But for those of you who do want these, you will have to wait for these, unfortunately. But something that massively softens the blow is the availability of a Splatoon 2 console bundle. This bundle was released on Friday, so if you rush really quick, you will be able to grab a console. If you've been struggling to get a Nintendo Switch, which I know a lot of people have, the Splatoon bundle seems to be plentiful right now. All of the shops that I've been to have them in stock, and that is not going to last long. So grab a Splatoon bundle. It's exactly the same Switch. It just comes with Splatoon 2. Unfortunately, it comes with the neon red and blue Joy-Con as opposed to the neon pink and green Joy-Con, which really sucks. It would have been super cool to have the appropriate colour Joy-Con in with the Splatoon bundle. If you look at Japan's Splatoon console bundle, they've got those Joy-Con packaged in with theirs, which is super cool, but unfortunately we haven't. But it's still the neon console, which is the most popular console anyway, so that's great. You get your neon Joy-Con. I highly recommend, if you've been hunting for a Switch, to try and get that bundle. Anyway, those are the things that I do not have. Let's take a look at the things that I do have. So, because this video is about Splatoon 2, can we get away with leaning that up somewhere? We can't really, can we? It's not gonna lean on anything. Okay, yeah, that's as good as I can get. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the absolutely tremendous looking Splatoon-Pro Pro Controller. I was not expecting Nintendo to do this at all. I am so glad that they are focusing energy into the Pro Controller. That shows that just as well as the handheld stuff and the Joy-Con stuff, which is obviously a big deal, it also shows that they're focusing on the home gamer. I know you can use the Pro Controller out on the road if you want to, but the people that are buying this are the people that are sitting at home playing their Switch on the TV, and I am super glad that Nintendo are releasing more Pro Controllers, because it shows their dedication to the gamers that are playing on their TV. I love that. I was really scared that the Switch was going to start off as a hybrid console, and then they were going to put more and more energy into the handheld aspect, and the TV stuff was going to trail off. I do not think that is going to happen anymore. I've got full faith in the Switch, Nintendo, and their current marketing, and this is just a complete and utter showcase of that belief. So this is the wonderfully packaged Splatoon 2 Pro Controller. This is the second Pro Controller that has been released. Obviously the first one was just the plain grey one. One of the reasons why I love this one so much, I am a big fan of the Pro Controller, but it is very, very grey and boring. I think the see-through plastic is really cool, but, well, the kind of half see-through, what do you call that, translucent? Transparent? I think it's translucent when it's a little bit see-through. But still, the whole controller is kind of grey, and there's no bright LED on it or anything, so the whole thing just seems a little bit flat. And this Splatoon controller, if anything, is the complete opposite of that. So let's take a look at it for the first time in person. I've only seen pictures. First of all, let's get the cable out of the way. I can feel it. It obviously comes with a USB-C charging cable. Looks a little bit longer than the charging cable with my other Pro Controller. I'm not sure if that's the case, but anyway. Pulling it out. And here it is. And wow, it is super bright, guys. It is so bright. Look at this. Here we have it. Oh man, that is nice. That is so nice in person. Before we take a look at the controller, let's just pop the stuff back in the box. I want to keep all of my Switch stuff perfect, all of the packaging, every last detail, because if I do end up sort of collecting for this system, I want everything to be perfect. I'm not having an instance where I chuck away boxes and things like that. That is not going to happen. So there's that. And I'll pop the cable over there as well. Let's take a close look at this controller. So of course, these will be the same, the Joy-Con will be the same colour as these handles. I've heard a couple of people say that they don't like this design. I think that it is stunning. I think it's bold. It stands out, of course. It is super neon. This side is green, this side is pink. And just ignoring the handles for a second, probably the best detail about this controller is all of these splats that are located around the buttons. They are just so detailed, and as you can see, they just look super cool. You've still got the Nintendo Switch logo there. It's still kind of sort of see-through-ish. I just love the way that the splats are kind of half part of the, like, coming out of the stick and stuff. It just looks super cool. And the feel of the controller feels identical to my other Pro Controller. I don't have my other Pro Controller up here to compare, but you guys know what the Pro Controller looks like. Ah, and look, they're on the back as well. Splats all over the back. That looks stunning. Now, why did I buy a second Pro Controller? Well, I love the design, and even more so, I was going to buy a second Pro Controller anyway. I wasn't going to buy one this soon because they're quite expensive, but I bought one this soon because I was scared that they were going to run out. They only had 2 left in stock in my local Smith's Toys. I didn't know if these would be a limited run, so I grabbed one. And the reason that I wanted one, or I should say the reason that we wanted one is Jess and I play multiplayer all the time. It's one of the ways we spend time together, and neither of us are the biggest fan of the Joy-Cons. And even the Joy-Cons in the Joy-Con grip, neither of us are the biggest fan. Jess really doesn't like it. I don't like it. I find it comfortable to hold. I don't mind holding it. The thing that I don't like about it is the pibbly little buttons. When I'm on the go and in a portable setting, these are fine because they are really nice controls for a handheld. But in comparison to something like this, these buttons are just so much bigger, more substantial. There's so much more space for your thumbs. And the analog stick travel is a big deal. There's big travel, you know, sort of modern controller analog stick travel on this controller, whereas on here, it's kind of like, they're almost like switches. There's barely any travel on the Joy-Con analog sticks, and of course you don't get a Nintendo D-pad on the Joy-Con either. So we wanted a second Pro Controller so that both of us could have a proper controller while playing multiplayer, and I decided to get the Splatoon one because it is just gorgeous. Now neither of us have to suffer with the Joy-Con in the Joy-Con grip. that can be our third player control for when somebody else comes around, because I don't think I'll be buying another Pro Controller anytime soon. So that is the Pro Controller. Okay, with a slight alteration to the background. Oh, I tell you what, folks, let's do it. Let's do it. Ah, nice. And you know, I know this is a little bit OCD, but every piece of packaging, and I mean every piece, is going back in. I know, call me a weirdo. Nintendo collecting is just something that I find absolutely very, very satisfying. Let's chat about the final accessory that Nintendo have released alongside Splatoon 2, and that is the Nintendo Switch accessory set, Splatoon 2 edition. Now, Nintendo released, I think it was on launch day of the Switch, they released an accessory set which is basically a case and a screen protector for the Switch. And there have been all sorts of third-party ones. There are loads and loads of third-party Switch cases, some that we may take a look at in the future on the channel, but this is my first Nintendo Switch case. I decided to grab this because I don't have one yet. I haven't taken my Switch out of the house at all. I don't have a case for it. You know, I know I've said that, but I'm repeating myself. I would never take this out of the house with a case. I mean, look at it. It's just, you know, an accident waiting to happen without a case. But this is my first case, and even though I don't sort of see myself taking the Switch out all the time, one thing has definitely changed, and that is Splatoon 2. I didn't really own a game before that I could imagine myself playing outside of my home, but now that I have Splatoon 2, it's just such an awesome game that I think that if I'm taking my bag somewhere, and maybe if I'm going to have a little bit of downtime, where I'm waiting, I'll put the Switch in here, put this in my bag, and then we'll, you know, I can whip it out for 10 minutes and play a couple of matches or whatever, or play some single player. I just think that the more games you get, it's more justifiable to take the Switch outside. I've never been that keen on the idea of the portability aspect, but I'm slowly coming around to the fact that this is a true hybrid console, and it is a portable beast. It is such a powerhouse for a portable system. Also, just to bore you guys even more and talk your ears off, it is now the summer holidays, and that means that because I work in a cinema, we show films pretty much all day, at least for some weeks. Some weeks it's just afternoons and evenings, but some weeks it can be sort of 3 or 4 film slots in a day, depending on bookings and stuff. So it can, as a cinema projectionist, as a digital cinema technician, it can get a little bit long in the day, where you have big expanses of time where you don't do very much. And I try and do as many productive things as I can in that time, but if I take my Switch, maybe I can have some downtime, a little bit of relaxing here and there, maybe a 15-minute stint here, a 5-minute stint there, and it's just chucking this in my bag. It's no extra weight, really. So, yeah, I may try taking my Switch out and about and see if I utilise it. We'll see how it goes. And for that, I wanted the case, and I love the design of this thing. So let's dig in and take a look at the case. Now, this case, I believe... this whole accessory kit, I believe, is identical to the standard Nintendo one, but this, of course, is, just like the controller, Splatoon themed. So, first up, we have a screen protector for the Switch. I'm not too sure of the quality on this one. I know you can get glass ones, which is something that I want to do. There's one on Amazon that's loads and loads of people seem to have bought and love it, so I'm probably going to go for that one. I'm probably not going to put this screen protector on, I'll just keep it in the box. So that was the screen protector, that was the instructions. The case comes in a little bag. Let's pop the bag back into the box, and let's take a close look at the case. Very, very nice. So it's pink around the edge on one side, green around the edge on the other. The zips kind of echo that. You've got pink and green. You've got a Nintendo logo down there, a Nintendo Switch logo there, and you've got all of this lovely Splatoon sort of graphic. It's nice and subtle, it's not in your face. I've seen a Zelda case online, and that was super in your face. It was really like, this is a Zelda case, but this one is a little bit more subtle, even though it's got neon around the edge. I don't think the neon is overdone at all. It looks nicer in person than it does in pictures as well. And as I say, these graphics are nice and subtle. So let's take a look at the inside of the case. I've looked at so many cases for the Switch, I can't actually remember which one is which in terms of features. Aha, yes, I didn't know if this one had this, but it does, so that's cool. So this, I believe, is a place for you to store your game cards. So let's just test that out. I've got one game card up here. I've got Splatoon in my Switch. Let's pull it out and, of course, slot it in. There we go. You could fit easily, you know, 6-7 games in here. So that's awesome. They just stay in there and they seem pretty sturdy. I've seen a couple of the third-party cases have dedicated compartments for different games. So they've got sort of cartridge-shaped slots that you just slot them into. That's a little bit finicky and unnecessary. I just like that pouch, so I'm happy with that. I rarely take games in and out of this console, so I always forget which way they go. So let's try the Switch out in the case. It fits very, very snugly. Let's get a bit of a better angle so you guys can see. There we go. Pop you back up there. There's the Switch, and of course this game holder thing acts as a bit of a screen protector as well. Not too sure if you're meant to... That's gonna most... okay, yeah. The Switch goes in this side because then it covers the entire screen. I see. So it goes like that. Oh, does it? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe the Switch goes in this side. But then your entire screen isn't cut. Okay, idiot. Okay, I see how it works. When you close it, as you can see, because it's attached to the back, it then covers your entire screen. So that is fine. Let's close it up. One thing that's really nice is once closed, you know that your screen is protected there. And yeah, this feels solid and sturdy. It actually feels... it actually feels bloody stunning. It feels a lot better than I thought it would. This is such a portable powerhouse in a tiny space. I just can't get over that with the Switch, folks. I've had it plugged into my TV for so long, like permanently, that I forget how much of a complete awesome piece of kit it is as a portable console. But again, as you can see, nice and snug in there. Snug as a bug in a rug. Oh my word, look at that. I'll tell you one thing, folks. Yeah, those Joy-Con would look sick in here. Having a complete Splatoon setup, that would look awesome. They're clashing a little bit. That's the only thing. This case is clashing. The red and the pink definitely clashes with the neon Switch. The grey Switch would look cooler in here, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I can justify spending money on Joy-Con because I don't really like them. I think they're fantastic pieces of technology, and as I said, in a portable setting, they're brilliant controllers, but I just play, 99.99% at home, so I just don't see the point in buying Joy-Con for myself personally, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how much portable gaming I do. So there's my Switch in the case, and that is wicked. If I wanted to pick up a Nintendo Switch backpack or Nintendo Switch messenger bag, I could then slot this into those bags. Now that is something that I'm considering in the future. Maybe when the kids are a little bit older. I am considering getting a complete bag that will transport the dock and all of the cabling and stuff, because then if we go on little family holidays or a caravan holiday or something like that, I can take the Switch in the boot of the car in a bag, take all of its bits and pieces, so if it's raining or whatever, then the boys have something to do inside, and yeah, I'm kind of using that as an excuse, I can play it when we go on holiday and whatever. So that's something that I've been thinking about, and I'm glad I've got this case now to keep me covered. So yeah, games and case. Of course, you'll be getting nothing else in here. No charger, no dock, nothing like that. But it is a very small case and nice and padded. It's got sort of like a firm but soft... It's not really spongy, but because it's firm, you don't feel as if you need the sponginess. And because of this and the analog sticks, the top of the case isn't really coming into contact with the Switch itself at all, so that's really nice. So there we have it, folks. Definitely a gorgeous set of accessories for the Nintendo Switch. If you're not into the pink and green stuff, then it's kind of probably not going to be your cup of tea at all. Obviously, they are very bold colours, so if you don't like those colours, then you are pretty much, they're not going to be great for you. But the beauty of it is, they're not really unique accessories. Both the controller and the case are available in standard bog standard grey. So yeah, this is just for the people that really want the Splatoon stuff. I'm not a crazy Splatoon fanboy, but I just think these accessories are really fun and they look fantastic. So I'm super glad that I've picked them up. They are even more gorgeous in person, and yeah, just looking more and more at my Joy-Cons clashing. Oh man. I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out my video. This stuff is wonderful. If you have any questions about it, feel free to post them down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer. Just to interrupt myself during the outro of this video, editing time and recording time, obviously some time has passed, and I decided to check stock before publishing this video once again, because I made a pretty bold statement at the beginning saying that it was easy to get a hold of the Splatoon Edition console. If you rush, you will get it. I am checking stock in every shop right now for the Splatoon bundle. If you're in South Wales, then believe it or not, closest to me, Ammanford, you can get a Splatoon 2 bundle. You can get one in Pontardawe, you can get one in Llanelli, you can get one Swansea High Street, but it is out of stock Swansea Morver Park, out of stock Swansea Neath, out of stock Port Talbot. So yeah, and it's in stock in both Argoses and Llanelli on this Sunday. So yeah, Smiths, it is out of stock, which means they have sold the last couple since I was there to collect this stuff. Pro controllers and accessory kits, the items that I showed in this video, seem to be pretty easy to get a hold of. Pro controllers are harder to get a hold of than accessory kits. I don't think you're going to have a problem getting the case. With the Pro controller, there is either between 1 and 3 left in every Smiths, and there appears to be a Pro controller in every Argos. So that is that, folks. I haven't been able to check Tesco because their website is too crap, and Asda's asking me to make an account and I can't be bothered. So yeah, I thought I'd just give a little update to that, because I did make a pretty bold statement saying it was easy to get your hands on. It still is easier to get the Splatoon 2 bundle than it is a normal Switch in lots of places, so I really recommend going for that. They're $319.99. You can't go wrong, you really can't. Such a good game with the system. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. To give me the proper vibe while editing this video, I have got green and pink, as you guys can see. Green, pink. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.